everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody. I am joined alongside my co-host and good friend Tony Sapita, and today we are hitting on the Chicago White Sox. Yes, the hottest, because I'm going to roast Tony now because he wrote the script today. The hottest team in the American League a week ago has now come to a screeching halt. Isn't that funny, Tony, how that works? You know, you're hot one day, and then the next week we're talking about it, and you're like, oh, crap, sell the whole team. The pitching staff is struggling for the Chicago White Sox, especially the back end of the bullpen. Thanks for taking Greg Kimbrel off of our pay chart. We are more than happy about it. Whatever his name is, I don't even care anymore because we got prospects out of it. The only bright spots on this team of the last 7 days have been Abreu, Eloy, and Robert. Before we begin, we would like to thank our sponsor, Stupid Car Tray. Tired of your pizza toppings sliding, office coffee distracting you while driving, grease and other stains getting on your seat, or you're just enjoying a game on the couch and don't want to lean over? Look no further than the Stupid Car Tray. Proudly USA made, Stupid Car Tray makes your passenger seat or couch a level surface for all transportation and couch potato needs. With accessories like the Stupid Seat Anchor, hand sanitizer bottle, or 100% silicone grip mat, your tray is the ultimate car organizer. With over 20 different color combinations, there's a Stupid Car Tray for everyone. Visit www.stupidcartray.com and use discount code J16 to get 16% off your entire order. Link in the description.
It's stupidly obvious. Why didn't anyone think of this before? All right, let's jump into it. Nick?
Oh, yeah, I had to roast Tony a little bit because he's been just busting my balls the last couple days on Twitter, texting me, all this stuff. The White Sox are still in the race to be World Series champions. There's no doubt about it, but they have been struggling lately, especially the bullpen. Unfortunately to see that because the Sox did make a lot of moves at the trade deadline. They also have a boatload of money in Liam Hendrix and Craig, right? Craig, did I say it right this time?
Hendrix, you call him Crendrix.
You know what? I'm speaking faster than I can think. But yeah, overall, I think that like the White Sox, they're in a tough position right now because you have all this money tied up in pitching. You traded away your prospects, and your offense is doing its job. There is no doubt about it. Your defense is doing its job, but it's kind of hard when the pitchers are giving up home runs. They're giving up runs overall. So, Tony, dive in for me, the pitching staff as a whole and why they absolutely suck right now.
Absolutely. Real quick, Cubs are down 12-0 to the Reds. Okay, so the pitching staff. So we'll start with Carlos Rodon. That's the big story. That's the one that, yes, this pitching staff has been struggling, but as long as everyone's healthy going into the postseason, it feels like, you know, a bunch of guys that can figure it out. So Rodon going on the injured list, the 10-day retroactive to August 8th. That wasn't great. That was we were hoping it was kind of just fatigue. They did this a couple of weeks ago where he took the week off and then came back against the Cubs and absolutely shoved. So I was kind of hoping that's what it was. And actually it turns out basically, I was kind of right. So according to a couple beat writers, basically he feels very good. He's eyeing a return to the rotation against Toronto next week. He basically says he feels like he didn't physically recover after the outing at Wrigley. His MRI was clean. He's all good. Basically just felt like a little load management, which when you're 10 games up on, the next closest team in your division, something you can kind of live with. I'm okay with it. Give him some time off.
We get it. You guys are good.
Yeah, we are good. So besides that though, Lance Lynn, my apologies. Lance Lynn has been good. He threw a lot of pitches against the Yankees, but it's the Yankees. They're a really good team. They are hot right now. They won again tonight. So I'm not worried about Lance Lynn. I think he's out on the mound tomorrow night, so that'll be fun. Crochet has been fine, but besides that, I guess Cease is the only one closest to being fine after that. But I'd argue that he's kind of plateauing. Yeah. He always had this one, like I saw his first ever major league appearance. First inning, he threw like 35, 40 pitches. And then, I think he gave up 2 runs and basically threw a perfect game for the next 5. That's kind of just his MO. It's what he does. It's what he's been doing. It's what he did against the Yankees the other night when I was there. Not a big deal. And but he just hasn't progressed past that. Like his curveball looks a little nastier. Slider looks a little nastier. It just still is. He threw like 40 pitches in the second inning. It's really something you can't have in playoff baseball, can't have down the stretch. So I don't know how you can fix that, but he's thankfully still
especially
young.
Now. Especially now. This
especially
is
when you need him to fix it
time.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an off-season training program.
We're rebuilding. So like, it's fine that we're down 12-0. We're about to lose our 12th game in a row. David Ross is a joke of a manager, but the White Sox are in position right now to do big things. And this is not the time for your pitching staff to struggle. So I 100% agree with that. But, I see that you have, hit on the bullpen a little bit for me, Tony.
Yeah,
like,
I'll blow through it real quick. Yeah. I got a lot of notes here. I'm also watching the Sox A's as we speak on Monday night.
It's a good game
because they're doing pretty well. So I'm about to rip into Dallas Keuchel though anyway. But I'll start with first real quick. Just Liam Hendrix is a mess right now. I think he'll be fine, but it's been tough. 7 runs in his last 2 outings. Didn't even finish his last outing. Kimbrel's not been terrible, but he just comes in like Saturday night, the game I was at. He came in 3-3 game, first batter, Aaron Judge, home run. He got it out of the inning, but that just killed us because then we got to come back. Jose Abreu hits this tank home run. Craziest atmosphere I've ever been at when that happened, all time. Any sporting event I've ever been to, and then we ended up losing, of course. But that could have been a walk-up, So that really hurt us. Kopech was struggling when I wrote this. He was awesome in 2 innings tonight, so I'm just going to declare him fixed. Matt Foster's terrible. He got optioned, so that's okay. Ronaldo Lopez, though, that's probably been the best, one of our best non-Lance Lynn, non-Garrett Crochets pitching right now. He's since being called up, he's had 10 appearances, pitched 20 innings, only given up 10 hits. There's 20 strikeouts, so a strikeout an inning, which I'll take it. 3 earned runs, which is good. Coming out to a 1.35 ERA, a 0.75 WHIP, and he's basically about 10 strikeouts per 9. And then so Dallas Keuchel, who I was going to rip into, he actually had a really good start tonight. He had a tough first.
He better with what he's getting paid.
Got out of a bases loaded jam like he gets paid to do by his own volition. But either way, got out of that. I think gave up 2 runs, but then was money. It was absolute nails after that. It's kind of weird. He's the guy that gives the rah-rah speech before at the start of the season when they've been bad. He did it last year. He did it this year. And all of a sudden, the Sox start playing really well. So they must listen to him. A Jason Hayward-esque speech, probably. However, he starts to do bad as soon as he gives that speech. So he needs to find some middle ground where it's not as passionate, maybe. I don't know. But that's really the Sox pitching staff, their bullpen. I guess they're figuring it out. I don't know who's in the game now. They're batting.
Okay,
so.
and I just gotta say this: it's one game. You gotta have optimism on here. You gotta have a Cubs fan sitting in here right now. I'm wearing gray because it's just a gray mood being a Cubs fan right now. But overall, that's what I'm saying. It's one game. If the Sox do well over the next 4 games, they win the next 4 in a row. Fine. The Sox they figured it out. Whatever. But also, I gotta say one thing about Kimbrel. Every time he goes to a new team, he sucks for the first, half a season, full season. That's just the thing. And he's in Chicago. He's in the same atmosphere, all this other stuff. But when he came to the Cubs, we signed him to that 3-year contract. He sucked the first 2 years. Mm-hmm. He started to get a little bit hot at the end of last year, and he was the most dominant closer in baseball before the Cubs traded him. So, it's just his track record. That's how he's been at least at the older part of his career. It's just unfortunate. So, Tony, yeah. I just wanted to put that out there for a Cubs fan perspective real fast. Again, I hope the Sox do well. Someone's got to represent Chicago in October baseball. So quickly go through the bright spots with me and looking ahead.
Yeah, so I'm not too worried about Kimbrel in the long run. It's just right now, it just hasn't been great. That was all I was pointing out. So quick bright spots. Jose Abreu, like we touched on, went 6 for 10 against the Yankees. Actually having a tough night tonight, a couple strikeouts, but that's okay. He was very hot, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, and that 10 over those 10 at bats. Drew 3 walks, which is awesome. Has a 2.096 OPS, which is insane.
That's pretty good.
He was getting on base 70% of the time and had a 1.4 slugging, which is absolutely crazy. Eloy has been hitting and fielding really well, which I never thought I'd say that, especially the fielding part. Against the Yankees, he was 6 for 12 with a home run, 5 RBIs at 1.216 OPS. And he's also had some great base running awareness, which is 2 of the things I've said I thought I would never say. The fielding and base running. He got to second multiple times on just, watching the ball, like the center fielder throw it to third to try to get the guy at third. He advanced. It didn't count as a double, but in my mind, that's a double. So that was awesome. He's 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI through the 5th. I think he just batted, but I missed it. Luis Robert's been awesome. He is officially back. I love him so much.
Not even a take. He's back.
He's just back. So since his return, and I'm including tonight as well because I've seen all of his at-bats through whatever time it is right now, 9:48 through I think the bottom of the 8th or the bottom of the 7th. 8 for 23 with a 3 didn't update the average even. That's how many times he keeps hitting. It was a 318 average and he got another hit. So 2 doubles, a home run, 3 RBIs, 4 runs scored, including 1 tonight. However, he has struck out 7 times, which isn't terrible. The biggest knock on him is that he swings at everything. But he's done a lot better, I've noticed. He's definitely been more patient. And my last guy, Andrew Vaughn. I love this man to death. Looks like Wilson from Wilson and Gromit. He has 8 home runs in his last 38 games. It's only his 102nd game of his career. He really played no time in the minors. He obviously came up once Eloy got hurt, which was a complete surprise. Had to play left field, all that. Through his first 52 games in the season, he kind of struggled. Again, it's first 52 games of his career. He had a .274 BABIP batting average on balls in play, and in his last 49, he's increased that to 336, and he's just been absolutely dominant in the outfield. Definitely American League Rookie of the Year. If you really wanted to break down what goes into Rookie of the Year, but we could do that for another podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go into looking ahead, because I know the Sox have a very tough schedule coming up.
Yeah, so obviously they're playing the A's right now. You said if they win 4 games, then they're back against the A's. I don't think they're going to win 4 games against the A's, and I don't think that's even a knock on the White Sox, because they got a tough 10-game stretch. I'm including tonight in that 10 games. These are all playoff opponents or potential playoff opponents. The A's are trying to stave off the Yankees and the Red Sox in the wild card, while also trying to catch the Astros in the American League West. So every game counts to them, because that's a very tight race. I think it was something the Yankees went like 19-11 in their last, whatever that adds up to, 30 games, and they gained 1 game on the A's, 1 game in the standings.
They're hot. What can you say?
Everyone's hot. It's crazy. The American League is absolutely bonkers, and I absolutely love it. It's going to be so much fun down the stretch. The Rays, who we got next, they're holding on to the AL East lead, and that's another one where the Red Sox got caught fire. I don't know, like I said, the Yankees caught fire, and they still have kept their lead because they just keep winning these games, keep coming back in games. They're good, but I think they're hurt. Obviously, Tyler Glasnow's hurt, so hopefully we'll catch him maybe on a downswing, because you got to come down eventually. Water always finds its level. Then the Blue Jays will be an underrated. That's gonna be, if it's college football, NFL football, this is a trap game. It's a trap series. They're only like 5.5 games out of the wild card, but they're trying to stay in the hunt, and they're doing their darndest to win these ball games. Vladimir Guerrero, I think he's second in home runs, behind Shohei Ohtani. Still, they hit so many home runs. Like Fernando Tatis hit 2 last night.
It just happens.
I can't keep up with it. So it is a tough 10-game stretch, and it was a tough showing against the Yankees. But if we can actually make this, if we can get through this and win 6 games, I'd say, even if we go 5-5, I would be so happy, because then we got the Royals coming. Hey,
Tony, if the White Sox are so good, 500 isn't acceptable. All I got to say.
Actually, you say that, but one of the most famous comments about good teams in sports, not just baseball, is dominate the weaker opponents, just crush them, and then go 500 against the good guys, the guys that are leading the league, and then you'll make the playoffs. Actually, I don't know how that saying goes. It's not a very good saying.
The Sox are up 10 games, you said, in the AL. In the Central,
and then they keep absolutely getting crushed. They keep getting destroyed. They're playing the Tigers, and they keep beating each other, so they keep just losing a game, gaining a game. So overall, I think we're winning the World Series still. So it's okay.
Well, we'll find out more about that, but that's a great Tuesday update. Hopefully, it sounds like the pitching is getting back on track against the A's tonight, so we're hoping for the best from that. Again, if they go 500 by next Tuesday, our next White Sox podcast, I will be impressed. I'll say the White Sox is back from a Cubs fan perspective. Tony will definitely say they're back from a White Sox perspective. So overall, got to get the pitching back together in order if they're going to win October. That's just it. They have the offense. They have the defense. They need the pitching. So with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody, joined alongside White Sox analyst, good friend, co-host Tony Sapita, and we will see you guys next time.